welcome to Yoga with an RMT. I'm Dina. Today I'm filming from the beautiful space at Balance and Tranquility in London, Ontario. If you don't know about us, there is a salt cave here, there's float tanks, there's infrared saunas, and a slew of practitioners, myself being one of them, offering massage, Reiki, yoga, and so much more. So if you don't know about us, you want to check us out, go over to balanceandtranquility.com and see what we have to offer. Today we're going to be doing a fun little practice that's going to help engage the core and strengthen the legs. So meet me on the mat. Let's come on up to the top of the mat. Feet are about hip distance apart. Just take a moment to really root down through all four corners of the feet. Standing up nice and tall, finding length through the spine. The chest is nice and open. Just take a couple breaths here to really settle in and feel that stability, that rooting down through the feet. And on your next inhale, we'll take the arms out to the side, reaching up overhead, palms come together overhead. On the exhale, bend at the hips, bring it all forward, hands to the mat. Your knees can be as bent as they need to be here. On your next inhale, reach up to either the thighs or the shins, coming up halfway, and exhale, lower back down. Really spread the fingers wide here, grip the mat as we step one foot back, then the other, coming into plank pose. Option to drop the knees and come into half plank. So engaging through the core here, we're pushing away from the mat, almost creating a doming effect through the upper body and finding length through that spine. Hugging the elbows in towards your body, we begin to lower ourselves down onto the mat. Breathe in, lifting up into baby cobra. And breathing out, lowering back down. Curling the toes under, we power back up into plank or half plank. And as we breathe out, bend the hips, lift them towards the ceiling, coming into downward dog. Let's take 2 breaths here. Feel free to take your dog for a walk or just find stillness. On your next breath in, begin to lift that right foot up, coming into 3-legged dog. Breathing out, bend the knee, bringing in towards the chest, stepping that foot all the way forward between the hands, low lunge. Now, let's find our foundation here. So this right hip is pulling back, left hip is pushing forward. We're pulling our thighs in towards the midline. Everything's activated here. When you're ready, reach your arms up, overhead. Palms come together, bring them down to your chest. Option to stay here and just find your stability, or you can choose to take your left elbow to the outside of your right knee, coming in for a little twist. 1 breath here. And bringing it back to center. We're going to turn our back foot out about 45 degrees and drop that heel onto the mat. You might want to shorten your stance a little bit, coming into warrior 1. So same thing as before, we're pulling back on that right hip, pushing that left hip forward. On your next inhale, take the arms up and bend further into that front knee, making sure that core is nice and engaged, legs are nice and engaged, everything is strong, strong, strong here. Let's lower the arms down, interlace fingers behind the back, and lift the chest towards the ceiling. Release that here, bringing the arms back up and opening up into warrior 2. So our gaze is out past our front arm here. Breathe in, take the right arm up towards the ceiling, left arm goes to the leg as we take a stretch back. And coming forward, our right elbow comes to our right knee, big stretch towards the ceiling with the left arm. Coming back up the way we came, warrior 2. This time we're going to straighten that front knee. Same thing, our left arm is going to go to our left leg. We're going to raise that right arm up and over. And coming back through center, keeping that front knee straight, coming in for triangle pose. So here you can grab onto that leg you want, or it can float just above the ankle. 1 more breath here. And coming back up, bending that knee, coming back into warrior two. Good. From here, face the front of the mat. Toes are pointed out. Raise the arm up, coming into goddess pose. We're gonna bend our knees, bend our elbows, and sit low in a squat. So again, we're activating these quad muscles here. Keep that core nice and strong. It's a big power pose. One more breath. Let's straighten up. And we'll take it to the other side. So pointing our left toes towards the front of the mat, back toes are about 45 degrees, and bending that front knee, coming back into warrior two. Breathe in and out, and dropping that right hand to the right leg, bringing the left arm up, big stretch over top. Bringing it forward, left elbow comes to the right thigh, and stretching the right arm up over. Nice big stretch to the side of the body. Good. Come on back up to warrior two. Straighten that front leg, taking it back again, right arm to right leg, left arm to the ceiling. And as we come forward into triangle pose. So left arm down here, or you can hang onto that leg for a little bit more stability. And our right arm is up towards the ceiling. Let's take one more breath here. And as we breathe out, come on back up, bend that front knee back into warrior two. We're gonna rotate our hips forward. So those back toes are still pointing about 45 degrees out, coming back into warrior one. So again, we're pulling that left hip back, pushing the right one forward. Our thighs are squeezing in towards the midline. Big stretch and big bend over the front knee here. Breathe out, arms come down, interlace behind the back. And as we breathe in, we lift the chest towards the ceiling. Release that. We're gonna lift the heel up, turn those toes in, coming up on the toes for low lunge. Raise the arms up, palms come together, lower towards the chest. And again, option to stay here, or we can take that right elbow to the outside of the left leg. Make sure that core is still engaged. Find that stability. Breathe in and release, bringing your hands down to the mat. Good. Step that left foot back into plank or half plank. Again, core is engaged. We're pushing away from the mat, tucking those elbows into the side as we lower ourselves down onto the mat. Breathe in, lifting up into baby cobra, and breathe out, lower down. Curl the toes under, power back up to plank or half plank. Core is engaged. Lift your hips, coming into downward dog. 2 breaths here. Find movement if it feels good to you. And when you're ready, start to walk your feet up towards the top of the mat. Feet about hip distance apart. Finding as much bend through the knee as you need. And when you're ready, breathing in, breathing those arms up, out, overhead. Palms come together. And as you breathe out, lower to the chest. Let's just take a moment to check in and see how you feel. And that's it. I hope you had fun with this short little sequence today. Let me know how you feel in the comments below. Thank you, and namaste.